Before we get started, please go over to Amazon.com and grab a copy of my book, Education and Justice. If you have an African-American son in public school, you need this book because I teach you the many ways that public schools mistreat African-American boys and what you can do to help your son. So go over there and get your copy immediately. All right, so there's one thing that you can count on today, and that is I will not be watching the Super Bowl because of Trump. I will not be watching the Super Bowl because of President Donald Trump. I will not be watching the Super Bowl because of him. Now, before I go any further, let me say this. Those of you who were anticipating the End Time Sunday, it will be back next Sunday. We decided not to do it this Sunday because a lot of people that we've talked to said that they will be watching the Super Bowl and we'll spend the whole day doing that. So we thought we would just set End Time Sunday to the side for this Sunday, but we will be back next Sunday. But again, no matter who watches it or who doesn't watch it, we will not be watching it in our home. As a matter of fact, we stopped watching the NFL right around the Kaepernick controversy. All right. That young man took a principled stand and it cost him his career. We stopped watching NFL football at that point, and we just this year started watching a little more. And the reason for that is because of Deion Sanders, quite frankly, Coach Primetime. He is from this area. He's originally from Florida, but he lived in this area. And when he got the job at Colorado last year, we started watching football again. And we decided to watch this time. It had been about 6-7 years since we'd stopped watching the NFL. We decided to, hey, let's watch a little football, especially my team for 45 years, Pittsburgh Steelers. All right. Hello, everyone. I got great news. The merch is finally here. We've been waiting and waiting, but we can finally begin branding our channel. But we need your help to get our brand out there. If you like what we provide and like what you see, please go to the channel and grab your hoodie, your t-shirt, your mug, and we got more designs and products on the way. Just visit our YouTube channel at the Defiant Lawyers Network. Also, we will donate a portion of each dollar you spend on our merch towards some nonprofit. And remember, as always, stay woke. But when I got the word that Donald Trump would do a pregame interview and be at the game, and they removed the end racism in the end zone and all of that, no way. No way, because this is basically a great big Donald Trump commercial, a great big Donald Trump show. That's all this is. And we know all the NFL owners, nearly all of them, contributed big time to Trump, right? So what's to be expected, but other than what's going to happen today? Now, it's not lost on me that you got two African-American quarterbacks there. A lot of folks are anticipating the Kendrick Lamar halftime show, all of that. We get all of that, but all of that is worth just completely missing the whole thing, not engaging because of Trump's presence and the things that he has done, even over the past couple of weeks, the anti-black stuff that he has done. That's enough. All the anti-black stuff he's done just in the past couple of weeks. Why would I want to look at a game that's going to basically feature him? He's already taken the attention off the game, and it's now on him. But not just that stuff. Let's go to an article. I want you to see, I want to remind you of some of the things that he has done in and around the NFL. Trump and the NFL, a fraught relationship stretching back decades. The president's expected attendance at Sunday's Super Bowl highlights how his connection to the league has veered from aspirational to openly antagonistic. All right? So, during President Trump's first term, his relationship with the NFL was contentious. Absolutely. He downplayed the severity of concussions in football, even as the league took steps to reduce head trauma in the game, and suggested that football was declining because it is not as violent as it once was. And we remember the NFL, and I don't like the NFL either. Let me be honest about that. The things that they have done. the league is basically 70% African-American players and not an owner, just a couple of coaches, right? No. And then when you talk about all the concussions, I remember they started the practice of race norming, where they said African-American players who had suffered head injuries, concussions, and so forth, CTE, were not damaged as bad as the white players because the black players are already mentally deficient. My paraphrase. I mean, that's flat out racism. So no, I don't like the NFL. It's just as much a protest against the NFL as it is Donald Trump and all the stuff that he's done. But let's keep going. Most notably in 2017, he urged NFL owners to fire players. You remember that, right? Who did not stand for the national anthem to protest racial injustice and police brutality. Those guys peacefully protest. Colin Kaepernick. And he had a buddy who would get with him, and some of the teams also did it with him. I do remember Jerry Jones, owner of the Dallas Cowboys, saying his guys would stand during the national anthem, toe the line. He talked like they were boys. And we all know that the national anthem, that third verse, talks about the slaves. So, no, I see no point in me watching this. All right, you do what you please, but I will not be watching this. And that led to a league-wide rebuke of Mr. Trump, with many more players joining in the protests and even some of his supporters within the NFL, including team owners, criticizing his comments. After the Philadelphia Eagles won that season's Super Bowl, Mr. Trump called off the traditional championship celebration at the White House when it became clear that most players would decline to attend. They disagree with their president because he insists that they proudly stand for the national anthem, despite the slave part of the national anthem, hand on heart. And as Kaepernick said, you're basically asking black men to put their hand over their heart and show love and loyalty and dedication and commitment and so forth to a country that takes every opportunity to devalue our lives. And Trump is doing it this time blatantly and openly. Yet, you stand up, you put your hand over your heart, and you show your love for your country. Again, a country that has not shown us any love. All right, so, no, I am not being a part of that. Sorry, not doing it, not doing it. Let me go to another article here, just read a few words of it, and that'll be the end of it. I just wanted you to know, not me, won't do it. All right, here's another article from The Nation. Donald Trump will be the first sitting president to attend a Super Bowl, and his presence will be a gob of spit in the face of every NFL player, whether they voted for him or not. Trump's plan to attend the game is made even more egregious by Commissioner Roger Goodell's ostentatious decision to remove the words "end racism." Why would the president, why would that even happen? I don't know. In fact, they denied that they removed it because of Trump. So, they're saying there's no connection there. But come on. Really? Why now? Why all of a sudden? All right. From the end zone for the first time in 4 Super Bowls. There are those in the NFL offices, according to longtime football scribe Michael Silver, who think that this decision was a sop to Trump. Lest his fragile self would have to see words he's trying to blot out of existence. To put a point on it, they know Trump is a racist. He's canceling Black History Month, FFS, and they wouldn't want to attend their honored guests. Now, he issued the executive order that the Department of Defense used to not, spend any money celebrating Black History Month. He did issue a proclamation, but that proclamation is fraught with a whole lot of anti-Blackness. Subtle anti-Blackness, but anti-Blackness nonetheless. All right, so there's more I could read there, but I think you get the point. I'm done. I'm not doing it. I am definitely not watching that Super Bowl, and will probably pick up my boycott once again. this is, as this article said, this is a slap in the face. Yes, I remember absolutely when Trump stand in front of the podium and said, when these SOBs protest and doesn't stand, I mean, he got angry and they ought to fire those SOBs and blah, blah, blah. And all Kaepernick was doing was protesting, was simply bringing attention to the fact that African-American men are 5 times more likely to be killed by police officers. He was just simply standing up for racial justice. But we know in this administration, they are blatantly anti-black. Blatantly. Attacks on DEI, the attacks on civil rights. I literally can go down the list. So, no, I'm pulling for the Eagles. I do want the Eagles to win, but no, not watching it, not doing it. So maybe some of you will join me. I'm not asking you to join me, but maybe some of you will also say, no, it is time to take a stand. I want to see the Super Bowl. I want to see Kendrick Lamar perform, all of that. But I agree with Mr. Corbett that we got to take a stand. And this is that time. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And until the next time, remember, stay woke.